Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to a random horror film review. Today I wanted to talk about Babysitter Massacre. But before I get into my review, I wanted to thank Hobbs Horror for sending this to me. I'm going to put his links down in the description box below. This is a movie that I've been dying to see for quite some time. As a matter of fact, ever since he first showed it on YouTube, I was like, I got to see this movie. And it's not exactly easy to come by for a decent price. So, special thank you to Hobbs for. He always said he was going to give me a copy of this, and darn if he didn't. So, thank you, Hobbs. I really do appreciate it. All right. Babysitter Massacre is a 2013 film which runs approximately 78 minutes and is written and directed by, and I hope I pronounce this right, Henrique Couto. Now, he did another movie that I saw. I haven't been able to locate a copy yet because, of course, when it came out, my Walmart actually has absolutely nothing. I really can't find hardly anything there anymore. He directed a movie called Ouija Room, and a lot of people were able to pick that up at local video stores, but I had to settle for watching it on Tubi. So when I do eventually get a copy of it, I will be reviewing it, of course. Devil's Trail and Amityville No Escape. Now, Amityville No Escape, I have known about. I've never really heard anything about it, but I'm a sucker for Amityville movies, so it sounds like it's right up my alley. Good and bad. Now, this stars Erin R. Ryan as Angela, Mary Lee Osborne as Bianca, Joni Durian as Lucky, and Tara Clark as Arlene. I'm going to give you a brief synopsis. I don't want to give anything away. And this has a pretty basic plot to it. A group of friends, when they were younger, one of their friends, they called him like the Babysitters Club or something. One of their friends is killed by a serial killer. And it kind of drives a wedge between all of these friends. Now we're talking like 5 or 6 years later. I believe they were 12 or 13 when it happened, and now they're in high school, seniors getting ready to graduate. And a killer who looks very similar to the one that claimed their friend's life is picking them off one by one. And of course, this is around Halloween, which is perfect for me because I love the Halloween season. And it does have an interesting Halloween feel to it. Now, I will say the acting for a low budget film I thought was very good. The gore was right on the money. There are some off screen kills. That's one of the first things I noticed. But they do make up for it later in the film with some pretty brutal and mean spirited kills. I will say that. Because it kind of started out with some off screen kills, and that bothered me a little bit. I was like, if the whole movie's going to be like this, I need to gear down my expectations a little bit. But it did redeem itself towards the second half of the movie. It was a decent body count, and all in all, I thought the killer was really cool, and I thought the motivation for the killer was even cooler once they get down to why it's happening. You hear a story, of course, about the Babysitters Club in the beginning and how their friend died, but you really don't get the rest of the story. You get it in little teeny bits and pieces throughout the film. And you don't really get the entire motivation or who the killer is until the end, of course, because it's the twist. But it does take a while to explain exactly what's going on and why the killer is doing what he's doing. So, now I'm going to get creepy for a little bit, and I did mention this to Hobbs. I would love to have been the casting director for this because the women are fantastic looking, and just about all of them get naked in the film. And we're not talking. One of the problems I have with low budget cinema, some of the girls exactly aren't all that attractive. So, it's they work with what they have. This film, on the other hand, wow. Um, yeah, I was living vicariously through the director. Yeah, but anyway, this is a really good film. This is how a slasher movie done on a budget should be done. It was done right. It checks off all the boxes. It basically does. It's not setting the world on fire by telling a completely different story that no one's ever heard before, but they do it in a way that keeps you engaged, and it seems like it's fresh, even though it may not be totally fresh. It's a slasher movie, but it's done extremely, extremely well. I wanted to say another special thank you to Hobbs. This was so cool, dude. Thank you so much for this. Um, it's an absolute pleasure to do this review, and I love this film. I thought it was great. I'm used to seeing low budget slashers that don't quite have as much to offer. And that's not a diss against anyone. It's a fact. This guy did it really well. So, yeah. If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.